Right, I am joined on the channel by Chelsea royalty. I don't quite know how I've managed to con myself into this group, but thank you very much for having me.
Legend. Come on.
We have got a very, very exciting video today. Because one thing they always say about Chelsea fans is we're not biased. We never get accused of that, do we? In all of our video comments, everything like that, they say we're fair, we're honest. Yeah. So what I thought we'd do is do a few predictions, because I rate our knowledge better than Monday Night Football. I think we're better than Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher, to be honest. I know Jerry definitely doesn't like Jamie Carragher, but just saying that. So I think we'll go straight into it
quiet.
with biggest flop. Any nominations from any of you guys?
Yes, Brian Sheshko.
You reckon Sheshko's the biggest flop?
That's a good one.
I just don't rate Sheshko that highly. Like, I didn't really want him. Chelsea were ever linked to him. I think that when you look at Bundesliga numbers, all right, sometimes if you're a Haaland, they will translate, but a lot of the time they don't. And when you look at Sheshko's Bundesliga numbers, like, where are the seasons when he scored more than 16 goals? Where are they? Do you know what I mean? So I know he's only young, but personally, I just think that people can go, well, the Bundesliga's so much better than the Portuguese league. I do get it. I'd have rather signed Gyökeres if I was a Man United fan. I didn't have the option, but, you know.
I don't have any reason to say Brian and Buemo, other than the fact I just don't think he's going to do very well.
Have you seen the meme pictures and you just think, bit overweight?
No, I can see Ahmad being played further forward later in the season. I think Mbeumo might have a slow start there. I think Šeško is going to have a good start. I think Cunha's a very good footballer. And I think Mbeumo might be the weak link in that attack.
Yeah.
And I just don't think he'll get as many minutes as the season wears on.
So basically, we think Man United are going to be flops.
Yeah. No, I can't see him doing anything great.
Nini, anyone that comes to your mind?
I'm gonna sound very controversial. I've thought about this one for a minute, but I'm thinking about Gyökeres at Arsenal. Gyökeres is a top striker, but I just feel like teams are going to kind of sit back against Arsenal, protect the spaces. And I feel like Gyökeres has relied upon lots of like direct service the last like 2.5, or was it 3 seasons now at Sporting Lisbon? Yeah, sorry for boring you, but nah. But nah, real talk, I just feel like tactically, is Arsenal gonna make 100% sense for Gyökeres? I just feel like I can imagine the pressure he's gonna have on him, because there'll be a game or two where he might have 1-2 chances max, because teams are just sitting back, and he's gonna be cooked for not scoring that chance that finally came to him in the 77th minute, and he's just like not even fully in there. That's going to be quite different for him to kind of get used to, not having an abundance of shots every game, right? So I'm curious to know how that's going to work. And I feel like if it does work, it might come maybe second half of the season. But I don't know, I feel like that could be a bit of a hit and miss one for me, tactically.
Fair enough.
That's made me just quickly think Madueke might not get
That's the guy. I've got Madueke.
And he might not get many minutes.
The thing is with Madueke is I think he's got something to him, but he's obviously missing parts of his game. If he had gone to Newcastle and played off the right instead of Elanga, I think he would have done really well. And I think he's best off the right. But playing him on the left, I just feel like it doesn't look quite right to me. He looks a bit restricted. He can only really do a few things. We saw it at home to Everton in glimpses, but at Arsenal...
To be fair, he was quite sick against Liverpool when he cooked Trent.
But Trent's gone now. He's in Madrid.
And
he's going to come against Reece James. And I just feel like Arsenal's got so much pressure on them to get the best out of that striker. And the other 52 million or 48 add-ons was meant to go on Eze or Rodrigo and it's gone to Madueke. And I think that's going to really build the pressure on Madueke, to be honest. Yeah.
Look, I think in terms of, if we're talking flops, like who's going to flop, I think we're looking at United. I think those players, like all listed, when Mbeumo, Šeško, Cunha, as good as like Cunha is, I just don't think they're going to hit because of Man United and because of their structure. Now, unless if they do really start topping up more. But on top of that, Madueke's expectation at Arsenal, I don't think it's gonna be hit. I think if Arsenal fans are looking at Madueke and going, oh yeah, he's gonna come in and do something huge, it's just not gonna happen.
But what do we mean by like flop? Because like for Madueke, let's say he ends the season on like, I don't know, 10 goals and assists. Is that like flop numbers or just all right for him?
10 goals and assists. Like
I mean, just as a minimum. It could be like 8 goals, 2 assists. You don't know. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's not exactly worth buying someone from Chelsea and you're going to repeat the same numbers.
What did Martinelli get last season?
He was bad.
Yeah.
But then you spend money to upgrade, don't you?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's, and you're
Yeah, they got
kind of
money,
looking like
innit?
you're buying
If they don't win the
something
league,
similar.
there'll be big questions asked as to why. And if that's
Yeah.
the numbers he's putting up, that will be one of the.
I just feel like Arsenal, they probably need like another link player between midfield and attack just to try and do justice to their attack. Listen, I rate their kids. I think Diamond, I mean, what a talent this kid looks like.
Yeah.
man.
Just quickly, Martinelli
Yeah.
for last season, 8 goals, 4 assists.
12 goal contributions.
I'll tell you
Is that in the
now, Noni doesn't do 12 in the league.
No.
I don't think he's going to be remembered as a complete and utter flop, though. Like, when we're talking
Yeah.
about flop, it's one of those players that came in big money, did nothing.
Big expectations.
Exactly.
Whereas he will do,
You
he'll
know?
do something.
Yeah.
Should we go for...
Which is
should we-
why I highlight United.
Yeah,
I
this
think
is the
that
thing.
will fit.
This is the
Those
thing.
players that have been bought, Mbuemo, Sesko, Cunha, I think United fans are going, this is going to revolutionise us.
Yeah.
I don't think it will. And it's not even their fault. They're good players.
Yeah.
I just
I
don't
think
think
Cunha's a
structurally it
very
works.
good player.
I think
He is.
I think he's too good to
100%.
flop.
I hope
I
for
just in a
Newcastle
United top, I just don't think he will.
Signing
Maybe.
doesn't flop.
Yeah.
Because they've been rejected by everyone.
Would it be
do you know?
if Jackson went there?
I think if
I
Jackson,
think
no,
Jackson would be really
Jackson
If I'm
would
a,
do
New-
very
if
well.
I'm a
I think,
Newcastle fan,
I think
I
Jackson would do
want
very well.
Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah,
I'm
100%.
desperate to have him. And not
100%.
only that, apparently, he said when he was being linked to Man United, he said, I'd want to go Newcastle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So when people are turning you down all the
Yeah.
time, and
I
you've got
think the
someone
Geordies
there
would
saying,
love
I'd
him,
want to...
by the way.
The
I think
Geordies
so
would
too.
Yeah.
become lovers of Jackson within one match.
Yeah, yeah. So because what I want to try and do is, like, as Chelsea fans, kind of agree on an answer here. Do you reckon Mbeumo is the one? Because we said that we reckon
I
United.
don't have high expectations of him.
But they
Like,
do. They do.
They
Man
do,
United
for
fans
sure.
do.
I'm not
United
looking
fans
at him and going, like, fair enough with Cunha, but I'm not looking at Mbeumo. Like, I'm kind of a bit like, you do realise back in the
65
day,
million.
yeah,
65
back in the day, you know, different players used to bang 20 goals in a league season sometimes. You didn't have a big boy going for him. No one went and signed Andy Johnson when he went and got relegated with Crystal Palace.
Or
I think it was
Defoe.
Everton that signed him. Do you know what I mean? Jermaine Defoe, like, they're quality players, by the way. But I'm just saying, I would more say Šeško because I think that the
risk factor.
thing's going to be on
Yeah,
him.
the eyes are going to be on Sesko. I agree with that.
I don't think you're relying on Mbeumo for them guys.
I
Okay,
would-
go-
I would
between
agree with
those two,
Šeško.
I'd
between
go-
those
yeah,
two, who would you
Šeško.
go for?
I'll go for Seshko.
Yeah.
Damn, it's hard for me to agree on both because I think the only thing that will kind of limit United a bit is that their attack needs to play more games together to get a relationship. We've got a brand new attack. It's going to take like a few games, right? And I obviously from knowing Amarim, from when we thought he was going to be our manager,
Yeah,
right? I know too much about him than I actually should. I do feel like the attackers they sign do complement what he wants. And I think United transitionally going to be quite dangerous. The only thing that's going to bottleneck them is their players need to get each other's game.
Yeah.
Is Sergio going to release the ball to Cunha, or is he just going to take the shot from 30? You know, little things like that, right? So,
1 or 2 injuries.
You know what
as
I
well,
mean?
Like
You know-
their depth wise.
yeah,
You're more worried about Arsenal, aren't you? The Arsenal signing.
I think so, and it's more like the expectations. Do I think Gyökeres is going to get 30 goals this season? No. Do I think he might get 20? I don't know. Do I think he'll get over 10? Yeah, but then is that enough to be seen as like the guy that's going to mount a title challenge? You know what I mean?
So
And it's just more the expectations compared to output is what I'm looking at more, you know?
Fair enough. Right, well, let's leave it there in terms of the flops. I think then Mbeumo might be the one.
Yeah.
We didn't mention any Chelsea players. That's because we've signed
'cause
amazing
we've
elite
signed-
players.
yeah.
So we don't need to.
We're the
we
best.
don't need to.
in the
We
world.
don't need to. We don't need to worry about Chelsea players.
We're world
Fair
champions,
enough.
man. Come on.
Fair enough. In terms of the next category I want to go on to, we saw Spurs Man United. Just want to remind everyone where they finished last year. Didn't do too well.
I didn't look at the bottom half of the table. So.
no.
Irrelevant, innit?
It's hard to
Yeah.
scroll down. It's really hard to scroll down.
We've been there, done that.
Yeah. So let's go on to biggest underachieving team. You boys, what do you reckon? Underachieving team this season. We saw how bad Man United and Spurs were. Who will be the Man United and Spurs equivalent?
Do we have to say like a big team or can it be just...
It could be
anyone.
anyone.
Okay,
Anyone in the
I'm
league.
going to say Nottingham Forest.
That's a great. That's a
I
great.
think they go
do
back.
not think they will be able to handle playing European football. I don't think the squad's got enough quality. I think they're going to really miss Elanga, actually.
Yeah.
God,
Bro,
and
like
I
third
think,
highest assist last season.
yeah,
Yeah.
It had an incredible season. I just think the drop off will be huge. And I think the biggest changes will probably be Man United and Spurs going up. But drop off wise, I think Forest could easily finish 14th.
I also am worried
15th.
about the manager a little bit as well, because you know he was falling out with the board.
That's all
And
weird,
I'm a
isn't
bit
it?
like,
Yeah.
he could leave.
He
You know,
signed a new deal, though, didn't he?
but I could see him just walking out on
Good.
it. You know what that director is like? Like Marinakis.
It's pretty scary,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yep.
He's terrifying. I don't know
It's
if I
just a
want to
bit
work with him.
odd, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
like the whole interview with Morgan Gibbs-White as
That
well
was
on the
so
side of the pitch.
awkward.
I'm like, there's something really not okay. Yeah, hostage situation.
That was
There'll be a
great.
Joey and Josh video coming up
Subscribe below. And have a shout
Crime-
for-
I'll give a shout. Just because sometimes history repeats itself. Last season, me included, there was a very big deal done. People forget this now. Of West Ham, like the work they'd done in the transfer window. I think everyone thought the West Ham were going to have a really good season. They'd signed some sick players in the transfer window last season. And then they went and had a shocking season, right? And there's a similar situation going on now with Spurs. I feel like everyone's saying, mate, Spurs could be dark horses because of the transfer business. And I shouldn't be saying this because I kind of rate all of it. But I think there's just that potential that Spurs just,
Don't live up to it.
Even under Thomas
just
Frank.
flop. Yeah, but we go even under Thomas Frank. We did all think this about Graham Potter. We did all think this about
Speaking
multiple managers that come. Because what I wouldn't be surprised, right? With Brighton, we've always rated these Brighton managers, and then it's been like, oh no, they were good, but it's they were part of the system, right? And what I'm starting to think is maybe a little bit like Brighton, Brentford could be a system thing. I'm probably more so just hoping it because it's Spurs and I would like them to do rubbish.
Yeah,
Because I
as
rate Thomas Frank.
always,
But
yeah.
I'm hoping that maybe Brentford's a system thing. And actually, it takes Thomas Frank a while to... And to be fair, pre-season, I mean, I see him get battered the other day by someone, didn't
Bayern.
Bayern Munich.
Yep.
Which you
Yeah.
can't necessarily.
PSG tonight.
We're gonna find out,
That could
innit?
be fun.
Yeah.
I think Newcastle have to be mentioned just purely because of Champions League football.
Yeah.
The fact that Isak has caused such a disturbance at that
Yeah.
club. Like, this is an aggressive move from him. Like, did we even have
Very.
Lukaku? Okay, maybe Courtois, but he is dragging them right now in the headlines, and I just feel like it's going to unsettle the apple cart a little bit. There's no way they're replacing him. It's going to be a downgrade, 100%, because you just don't.
mean, yeah,
get
right
Isak
now.
Don't
coming
say
on
that.
like
Jackson, great
Nicolas
player.
Jackson's going to be a huge upgrade.
A huge. What are they going to be?
Jackson will do well, but Isak is a world-class striker.
Yeah.
That could walk into any football team.
Wasn't he like
of course.
40% of their goals by
And
himself?
remember, last time they was in the Champions League, then they finished like 8th, and then they got back into it. So they're kind of very yo-yo-y in that sense. So I think they were always going to yo-yo anyway with the team they had. But now without Isak, the goals, I just don't know where the goals are going to come from. Yeah, Harvey Barnes will chip in with some, Gordon will chip in with some, but I just
They've got Langer, haven't they?
Yeah, but I'm not seeing enough goals in that front line now.
They're getting
And they
Jacob-
lost Callum Wilson as well.
They're getting Jacob
Yeah,
Ramsey
he's,
now, apparently.
Ramsey's gonna go
Jacob Ramsey's
through
always injured though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's-
40
Yeah.
M's.
Yeah.
That's
for him,
kind
I'm
of
not sure about
desperation a
that.
little bit.
It
you know?
is.
Yeah, it does.
Speaking
It
of
is.
Callum Wilson, I think
Yeah.
West Ham could get relegated.
Easily.
I think, honestly,
Looking at Callum Wilson. West Ham relegated.
Callum Wilson and Fulkrug as your strikers. Those guys ain't going to stay fit.
I saw, you know, they do those year-long tables, 2025 tables. West Ham are in 15th. And they were only
Ominous.
above. They're
wow.
only above like Spurs by a couple of points. And look how badly Spurs ended the season.
They're just very bad there.
So this is the thing. I think West Ham. If you're talking about underachievers, if West Ham go down, they're easily going to be underachievers
Yeah.
the season, aren't they?
time.
And that could happen. Their squad
Maybe.
isn't.
For
isn't
any
strong. What about Villa?
for any standing Premier League team, non-newly promoted to go down,
Yeah.
is a massive underachievement. There.
Wolves, Brentford.
Wolves
You
could,
know what I mean?
Brentford could. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that next then, because I've got that as a category. The 3 teams to go down. Can we go one by one, Matisse? Who do you think are the 3 teams?
Leeds.
Is this in order?
Yeah, so Leeds 20th.
Yeah.
So funny because I just did this video. Wolves 19th, and 18th. I was tussling between Brentford and Burnley. I think Sunderland will stay up. I really like Sunderland's
that.
business, and I think they're very ambitious with. Maybe they're gonna be docked points. I don't know. Maybe there's some crazy dealings going on in the background like Nottingham Forest, but they're spending. They got Diarra coming, Adingra. I think they're moving bold. Obviously, hopefully Mark Gu plays, but even Burnley's business is quite nice. You know, Carl Walker, Okachukwu, Broya. But yeah, I feel like Leeds are definitely. that Falk guy or Falk, the Norwich brother, bruh,
He ain't keeping you in the
he
league.
stinks of championship, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he smells of it.
And
You get a
Bundesliga.
waft of it
Yeah.
when he comes into the room. You can just
Well, that-
smell the
schnitzel and that, yeah.
Yeah, for me, that's the three.
I'd like Leeds to finish rock bottom. I take a lot of pleasure in that. So I'd go Leeds rock bottom. I'd go Sunderland 19th, and then I'm going to try and not be boring. So I'm going to say Burnley. The only reason I say it is on their defence, really. But I mean,
Wolves have lost Cunha and out Norwich.
nah, I'd go
got a good
with.
manager,
I'd
though.
go.
I think they
I'd
might
go
survive.
with-
Just.
I'd go with
17th.
Brentford. I think it's a bit of a common one, isn't it? Everyone's going with Brentford, not here.
Yeah.
Their team's been absolutely decimated.
It's decimated.
The manager was so important to them as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think
Coaching staff removed as well. It's looking long.
Yeah.
it's looking bad, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Leeds go down as well. Leeds are normally that sort of club, you know, they get promoted and then they actually they show signs in the transfer window and then they actually stay up for a little while. But they've not done that this time, so I think they're going down. Burnley, I think it's a given. They always go up and go down. Brentford, I think, survived just. Or actually, no, I take that back. Wolves will survive just. I think maybe Brentford go down.
Yeah.
Wow.
So who's staying up? Sorry, that got promoted.
Sunderland.
Sunderland.
you
I
back
reckon Sunderland stay up.
Sunderland, and to
I
go
reckon
and get
Sunderland
promoted
had
from the
a really good
Championship.
window.
Yeah, to have a midfielder, Granit Xhaka,
Yep.
Enzo Lefebvre, and Habib Diarra is
Really good.
That's
What?
Too smart.
That's
Yeah.
what-
table
That
looking
means you
up
bought
team.
to stay up.
Yeah, exactly.
If
If you look at Burnley, you look at
100%.
Burnley's
yeah.
business,
You
they
have to.
bought for next season in the Championship.
But they've
Yeah.
also lost
if you look at
Trafford
it, like
and Brown.
Brower's going to do well
top
in the
scorer
Championship.
And their best
goalie.
Yeah.
Like, that's mad.
You know what? I think when clubs get relegated next season, it won't be like what we've seen recently, where there's like one club right at the bottom of the pack.
Yeah.
We can't like by February they're out.
Yeah.
It's going to be very tight. You go right to the end. It's going to be one of them type of seasons, I think. But for me, I'm looking at Brentford. I think they're dead set to go down. I just think that they've lost too much. They've not been able to replace quickly in time. And when your coaching staff is also going as well, it's a lot of institutional knowledge that you can't turn towards. No one up front. Obviously, they bought that big Brazilian guy. He'll be fit this season, his first Prem season. He's going to need to adapt. It's looking very long for them, even though they look good. But I think once Vista bounces, adios. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
days.
Burnley are going to be relegated. They'll go down respectfully, though.
Out of the promoted managers, they got the most Premier League experience.
Yeah, but then losing James Trafford, I think he was one of the best. Probably you could say the best player in the Championship. I think a guy's class. Bit of a piss take that City might be going for Donnarumma when they got someone that good. Hey,
Well, they've still got Edison as well, haven't they?
That's what I mean.
He's never going to play anyway.
that's what I mean. But I mean, I rate him because he is a lot better. I think he'll be the England number 1 eventually.
Yeah,
He's
hands
that
down.
good. He's quite complete. So I feel like Burnley are going down. I'm not really getting their business completely, but I just feel like teams like Burnley, they get promoted because their attack and systems are too advanced for the league they're in. But then when you make that adaptation to the Premier League, you can't rely upon playing your best game 80% of the time. A lot of times it's about how you just even stay in the game or how you nullify the opposition. You know what I mean? I don't think they have that in them. I think relying on Broja to bring that, hey, fair enough. I rate Broja, but yeah, it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're going to go down. And
Last team, yeah.
yeah, and I think, that might be like bottom for me. So I've gone for Brentford, I've gone for Leeds. And I think Leeds will probably be going down. Not only for historical reasons. I'm looking forward to that game this season, not gonna lie. That's gonna be tasty. Like the last time I actually went to Leeds' ground was when Milner made his debut and they beat us 2-0.
That's
Bloody
a throwback.
hell.
I was a
0-2.
night, Like I was in the trenches back in those days. Bro, that's how you know. Like, but I just think, again, another team like Burnley, they got the attack, but I just feel like when it comes to defending, holding leads, they'll peter out eventually, And I just think their business maybe isn't as considered, and it's a lot more youth reliant. And I think they're thinking about, the next 5 years, about maybe like 1 or 2 relegations, but then you're slowly kind of building over the next few. So they're my main 3.
So I think related to that, right, let's do the sack race next.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
what manager will leave their position first of all? I'll start with Joey. We'll work our way round. Who's going to get sacked first? Give me a one-liner.
Potter.
He was waiting for that moment. He was waiting for that. You knew exactly. You didn't need to wait any time. George?
Can it be sack or walk?
Sack or walk? And like
Vitor
leaving their
Pereira.
position. Really?
Yeah, he's not being backed in the window. I think he's going to walk.
Fair enough.
Good lord, that's a good one. Who is the guy that took over Brentford?
Keith Andrews.
Keith Andrews,
The set
obviously.
piece coach.
Big Keith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be long for him this
Yeah.
season.
It is.
Like,
His
it's just
name
the
is-
It's a big
worst
step
time
up,
to
isn't it?
take over.
It's a big step up.
And Andrew.
You're just, yeah.
Yeah, Keith.
And they're going to be like, they'll scapegoat him eventually, even though they've done efforts to help him. So,
Yeah.
I think he'll be like, nah.
I think that feels to me like it's the most obvious one, doesn't it?
What,
Yeah.
Andrew?
Well, yeah.
I would just
They're
like to
gonna
be
struggle.
proven wrong, just because
Yeah.
it's
There's
like
never been a
the
sexy
power of
team.
Frank
football,
is
right?
so good. I think the downgrade is going to be intense,
Yeah.
but we might look stupid.
I
by
feel
saying
for
that, yeah.
they
Brentford
might.
fans.
Yeah, I
actually.
do.
I don't know, maybe if they just settle. Just go, this is what we can get at the moment. We can't really do much other than this. Maybe. Realistically, when you look at the race overall, probably go Andrews.
No
but
one's saying to say Arteta.
Wait, was he their set piece coach?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he ain't even been the set piece coach for longer than a season because we took their set piece coach.
Correct.
yeah, correct.
That's what I'm saying.
He's become
He's
the
a-
fucking
that's
set
what I'm
piece.
saying.
Mate,
You want to be the coach?
the promotions are mad over
Yeah.
there.
They are so mad.
Mad over there.
Right, next one I want to do is overachieving team, a team that you think are going to finish higher in the table than we predict them to finish. What do you think? I've actually gone for this one. I've actually gone Everton.
I would
yeah,
agree
I
with you.
agree.
If Everton.
Everton's
Yeah,
a
I
shout.
agree.
I think
Fully.
Moyes has done so well. I think Dewsbury Hall looks so good for them already. He's playing in the number 10 position.
Yep.
I told you, Joey, that he was a good player. Do you know what I mean? I think they look really,
For Everton.
I think they look
Where
really
did he
good.
play? No, you told me he's a good player. Where did
DM.
he play?
I said
Oh,
DM.
DM. he
Yeah,
played.
yeah.
It's weird because I told you he's a 10, but yeah,
No, I think they're looking good, and Grealish obviously looks good, doesn't he?
no. Everton probably answer.
Fulham.
Why?
Which is
Why?
weird
Why?
because they've not done any business
not
yet,
done
but I
anything.
think they will. But I think they're probably the most stable Premier League team right now.
Sterling, yeah?
So you're
Definitely
I was
nobody
gonna say,
out,
right?
Nobody out, nobody in.
And I
Yeah.
think a lot of people will think because they've not signed players, Fulham are going to be in trouble. No, I think actually they've got a very good manager. They've got a very good team. They've got some solid players. And it doesn't even look like they're going to be close to even selling some of their best players. So like Robinson, for example, was fantastic last season. Keep him. Iwobi was brilliant too. That left side is fantastic. And they can do very well against top teams. They got great results last season against Chelsea, Liverpool. And I think they will... I think Fulham could finish in top half, maybe.
Wow.
I don't think they will, but they could.
I've not heard anyone say Fulham, so that is a shout.
shout.
I think I predicted Fulham to finish 13th or 12th.
I've put 12.
So that's an overachievement, is it?
No, they could. They
Yeah,
could
yeah,
over
they
it.
could.
Yeah. Okay,
could.
fine. Okay.
I was going to say Palace, but now they've got Conference League football. They're in Europe.
No Eze potentially.
Yeah, they might actually
could
be
go down.
limited,
That's
but they've
a good
got a
go.
really good team. Like,
Imagine.
Do you know what?
But they
I'm
won't
really surprised
overachieve.
that Mateta hasn't left.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I'm surprised about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Man United should have got Mateta.
They should have.
If you
should have.
needed someone to kind of just bring others into play, be a target man, and I feel like he could play off of Cunha and Mbeumo really well. Like,
Like,
he'll hold the ball
yeah.
off them, but he'll also be in the
Like
box.
Odyssey Eze,
When
you
they
know,
cross it in,
that's what
yeah.
you were saying with them not in it.
Yeah.
Shall we
Makes
do
sense.
the big one?
Yeah.
The big one is the top 6.
I mean, I was going to just quickly say mine.
Oh, go on.
Obviously, the biggest overachiever. I'm surprised you guys haven't said it.
You
I
gonna
bet
say
you
Chelsea?
Hornets, of course.
Yes.
They're the biggest overachievers this season.
So here we go then. So
we're
we'll
in the
lead
league.
straight into it then. Give me your top 6 in order.
Okay, top 6. I'm going for City, Liverpool seconds.
We're going top down. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
City first.
Yeah. Liverpool second, us thirds.
So we're the biggest overachiever in thirds.
Yeah, but you know why? You know why? Because it's not going to be a case of the winners just lead the pack by a distance. It's going to be quite close. And we're going to go into the final few months where it's like, you know,
of a full-on title.
you know
race.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we'll be in the conversation a lot longer this season compared to last. I think thirds, you know, we'll probably break the 70-point barrier for the first time since Tuchel, I think. It was a long time in the making. Underneath that, I've gone for Arsenal fourth. And obviously other two clubs. It's really hard to predict overachievers because the ones who have typically done that have underachieved so far at the moment. I'm not really seeing any surprises. I'd love to say Crystal Palace. They're having their moment right now. they're like my little soft club, but I can't go for that. Completing that, I think Spurs would be there. I was actually thinking maybe Spurs potentially fourth, actually. But I think maybe fifth.
I think fifth is fair.
I think
for them.
fifth is fair for them. And
Champions League
sixth,
football
Yeah.
there'll be a surprise. A part of me feels like, because Unai Emery is such a solid manager, even when he's working with teams where people typically underrate their team's chances, he is still able to get the best out of them. And I think you'll probably see like a better Morgan Rogers. And I think the Goosen guy they signed, one of the smartest buys of the window. So
They've been very quiet, haven't they? I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like they haven't made too many acquisitions, and so they've kind of stayed where they are. But in a weird way, you're right. The manager could. Pull them up.
And I've gone for United, but they would be probably 6th, 7th, but probably 7th. I just think that, listen, this is their foundation year where it's like, if you're a United fan, don't get gassed by the money you're spending. Just look at the progress you're making as a team. You know, because you need that year where the manager has a pre-season to work with the squad. Players need to adapt to each other. It takes a lot of time. But under Amorim, he's proven that, you know, you back him. Things make sense eventually. So I think just getting a European spot. Listen, we made the Conference League sexy. The Conference League,
Actually did.
the Conference League is I always call it the Carabao Cup of Europe. I think
Fair.
it's a respectable thing to be in and compete in. And I think that's all right for where you are at the moment.
Up the Palace to win it.
I need that.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
They'll win
Love
it,
to see
they'll
that,
win it.
man.
This, by the way, that's a disgrace what's happened to Palace.
What, Palace versus Strasbourg, yeah?
It is.
Yeah.
Disgrace to go into
Palace Strasbourg final.
Semi-final.
I'll go to that. I'll go to
I
that.
would
That
go
would
to
be more-
That would
Yeah.
be really
West Ham's won it, obviously. Chelsea.
Yeah.
Keep it
Keep it in
Keep it in London,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Keep it in London or Strasbourg.
I'm still not.
Either or.
Arsenal next year.
Yeah.
George, what do you reckon? Top six?
Chelsea. No.
Can you go
come on.
six upwards? Can you go six
Okay,
upwards?
6 upwards.
Because that
Alright.
builds it up.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
builds
alright,
it up.
alright, alright.
So I ruined it, basically.
No, no,
Yeah.
no.
Manchester United 6th.
Right.
Aston Villa 5th. Arsenal 4th. City 3rd. Chelsea 2nd. Liverpool 1st.
How close are we to Liverpool?
4 points.
Wow.
Wow.
So you're saying it's a proper,
I
fully
think
faced title
we're
race.
going to destroy some teams this season. I think our goal difference is going to be astronomical. It's going to be like plus 61.
Love it.
Mad.
And I think we're going to come second, 4 points behind, but I think we'll be ahead of Man City on goal difference and 2 points ahead of Arsenal.
Wow.
Come back.
I rate that.
Hyping me up right now. Huh?
Jay?
Yep.
think I might have gone with the exact same, but it is Villa 6th, Newcastle 5th.
You still rate them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think even without Isaac, they've got a terrific little manager. Newcastle 5th.
He's new.
That house seems to be doing a thing. Right, Newcastle 5th, Arsenal 4th. City, Chelsea, Liverpool.
Okay. So
City
Liverpool
City,
winning it.
City 3rd,
Okay.
Chelsea
Okay.
2nd.
Chelsea second. All right.
winning the Champions League.
Good shout. Stop it.
I'm going Tottenham 6th,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Villa 5th, Arsenal 4th, City 3rd.
What are you doing? Where are you going with this?
I'm going to be bold.
Go on, do it.
Do it.
Because if we win now, they'll come back to this.
Do it.
Final day of the season.
Oh, final day. Final day.
Where with this?
Liverpool conceding the 89th. So we go on the 92nd.
We win it.
Wait,
I
imagine
love that.
Imagine
You know what?
if we draw and Liverpool lose and we concede a goal in the last minute. Imagine that.
I'll cry.
How
mate.
far can
I
we
wouldn't
book
watch
the
next
studio
season.
out
I'll take a
this
year
season?
off.
Can
I'll
we
go
book
to
this
Maldives.
studio?
You have to start
book
coming
this
back
in
to
the
the UK a lot more, man.
Yeah,
Be here 3 months. Like.
That's my guy, man. Absolutely. I'll be shedding tears.
We have to do that if that happens. Go on then.
Mine was Villa 6th, Man United 5th, 1 game a week. Yeah, big thing for them, I think.
Yeah.
Arsenal 4th, Man City 3rd, very close to Chelsea in 2nd, and then Liverpool, maybe a 5-6 point gap in 1st.
Oh,
You
pretty
think?
big
Wow.
gap.
Not
Yeah,
big,
yeah.
but I feel like
Nice. 6 points.
we'll take our foot off the pedal maybe game week 32 when we focus
Do you
on
know?
the
Do you know
first
if it is that gap? That means that they win it against us.
No way.
We're playing them.
We play them in.
Yeah.
game number 35.
Oh no.
At Anfield.
6, 7.
Brilliant place.
no,
to,
36.
brilliant place to win the league.
We're playing them
Great place.
at Anfield 2 games from the end of the season.
And then we got Spurs after
And
that.
then Sunderland last day of the season.
I just think
Wait,
is-
I need
this
my
is.
first start
I just
again.
think this is going to be City's league. I think obviously I just see Haaland topping the scoring charts,
Definitely.
and I think City are going to splurge and buy a superstar before the window ends.
Yeah.
I think they're
Rodrigo
gearing up
probably,
for
right?
that. I think when they add that
That would be
mug
wild.
to
Yeah.
their team,
This is why I don't want Ganacho.
This is the thing. This is the thing. by the way.
Rodrigo.
I feel like Man City, no one is talking about. I think Man City are going to have a really
I'm
good year
surprised.
this year.
Why?
They'll be
Yeah,
back
yeah,
on
yeah.
And
track.
I
They'll be back
actually
on
think
yeah.
the two things. Number one, I got to give Pep credit for stopping the turmoil last season, because once teams spiral like that, it's hard to
Pretty
get out
quickly.
of that.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. And he knew instantly what to do. And they reacted. That's the thing with City. They don't waste time. And I also think that when I look at Liverpool, I think the only thing that I got concerns with, and I think I saw that in their loss to Crystal Palace, is that there's going to be times where their midfield gets overloaded. And I just think that if you're going to add more attacking players, it can work. But I just think when you eventually find that balance of how to defend and structure off the ball, how you don't let the gaps get created in your midfield, I think that's going to take maybe a few months before they figure that out.
Rodri's injured again.
Yeah.
He is.
Man City don't have
Yeah.
a replacement for Rodri in that midfield, which they don't. Gonzalez doesn't play.
But I don't think they.
doesn't
Nunes
Rangers
is a
They want
player.
to sell him.
But that's what
Yeah,
I
but
mean.
Rangers is not a DM.
No,
No,
But
for me,
I don't think
he's
I
gonna
don't
have
think
to
they're
cover.
going to use
He's
a
gonna
DM.
have to.
It's like look at the Pedri
they
role at
revert the
Barcelona.
fullbacks.
No, look at the that will help. Look at the Pedri role at Barcelona. Sometimes players who just keep the ball flipping well is all you need. And I just think that's what City's approach is going to be like. But they might not
It's
get
another
out
year older,
thought.
aren't
They might
they?
not get
Yeah.
out passed. So I think City know what they're doing. I think I'm going to be a bit nerdy, but the direction I'm seeing now with the big clubs is see it like this. We're at like a pressing peak right now where every club can press, like every club back to front can press with so much intensity that now you need to change the game up a bit now. You need more players that can beat the press, that can outthink their opponents, play a step ahead. And I think this is why you're noticing this trend of many clubs going for more technically proficient players that make it harder to predict how you're going to win the ball off them. And I think this is why City have done the business they've done. And I think combined with what they already have, I think there's a plan that they got going. And, we're doing the same thing. You're signing Hato, press resistance from the back. We've already seen what this guy's doing. All the dribblers we're adding. We're already like one of the top 4-5 dribblers in the league. But we've added that quality even more now. That's just the way the game's going. And it's quite exciting, to be honest.
Did every single one of us say Liverpool to win the league?
I think we did.
I said City.
City.
Oh,
Yeah.
you said City.
You said
I just
City.
think Liverpool, if they get Isak, it's going to cause a lot of headaches. You can't have Ekitike on the flipping bench. You need to use both these guys. And when you've got these fullbacks that bomb forward, I just think unless you have two Caicedos in midfield, I just think there's going to be
Szoboszlai has
times.
to
And they've got
It's
none.
going to be,
Szoboszlai
and they
has
don't
to
have a
start.
single
They've got
one,
both.
not even half. And then we took the other one in the Sugo. So you know what I mean.
There you go.
I just think that they'll have moments where we saw against Palace already. First few games, opening season, they're gonna have some surprising results. Might not all be defeats, but they won't get as many points straight off the bat.
Chelsea winning it.
Chelsea winning it.
No, honestly, what I want to say to that is, realistically, Liverpool are favourites to go all the way. Chelsea can do it, but it's not because we haven't got the quality. I think we've got the quality now. We can go all the way. It's just whether the squad can actually hold it based on our circumstances. I just think it's fitness.
Yeah.
I think
we can go all the
and
way
to
on
add to
that.
your point, I think we can. This is why I had us as like the overachievers, because Maresca has shown that he can adapt to different teams. That's the squad he wants.
Yeah.
We're buying. Think about why are we buying another Xavi Sims? We already got midfield players. Why are we getting another Garnacho? With 2 players every position and teams that can play differently. Like near the end of the season, we saw how we can maybe play more counter-attacking. We can play more counter-pressing. We can do this 3-1-3-3 we're doing right now, where you're really just pushing men forward. And I think we're forgetting that we all spoke about seeing this 3-1-6 during the Club World Cup. But this was actually introduced at the end of last season against the Forest and Co's that were normally just parking the bus. So the groundwork has been put in right now. And I just think that a lot of times when you have a manager that can beat the opposition tactically, and that manager has the right players at his disposal to turn to, you tend to see surprising things in football based on what I've seen. So I think it could be interesting.
Wouldn't surprise me. if Chelsea won it. I think we're more suited to go and win a Champions League than we are a Premier League.
Facts,
Because I
facts.
think competition-wise,
Yeah.
tournament football, and I worry about us around the Christmas period because of the Club World Cup and the lack of rest and stuff like that. But if the stars aligned, then 100% we could win the league. Like it wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't be shocked come the end of the season if we won the league.
Yeah.
But realistically,
But to add to your point real quick, Raska don't have Felix and Nkunku's and players that he didn't want. Now he's got players he actually likes that he will actually rotate with. That's the difference. So I think we could.
Thank you very much, every single one of you, for coming on my channel and doing these prediction videos. Let us know if you completely disagree with us in the comments. I'm sure that there will be a few of those. And thank you so much for watching. We could have talked for about another 3 hours, but we're getting out of here and we're going to go and get some lunch. Thank you, every single one of them. There's going to be links to all of these guys in the description. You'll all have watched them anyway if you're on my channel. These guys are the elite. But we'll see you in the next one.